Welcome to Turtle Island Tetragrammaton. My name is Nicholas Jeremiah. Sometimes I use the name Nicole online because I am a gender fluid, LGBTQIA plus ally, and Christian patriot. Now for today's reading, I'm reading very far ahead of time. Forgive me if I look different in recent videos. Charles Spurgeon was a preacher in the 1850s, 1870s. Charles Spurgeon. What I read was he's a Reformed Baptist. And this is just a project I'm working on. We're going to celebrate the season of Advent, which is between December 1st and December 25th. For December 1st, the first act of grace. From Genesis chapter 3, verse 15. I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and her offspring. He shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise his heel. This is the first gospel sermon that was ever delivered upon the surface of this earth. It was memorable discourse indeed, with Jehovah himself for the preacher and the whole human race, and the Prince of Darkness for the audience. It must be worthy of our heartiest attention. Is it not remarkable that this great gospel should have been delivered so soon after the transgression? As yet, no sentence had been pronounced upon either of the two human offenders, but the promise was given under the form of a sentence pronounced upon the serpent. Not yet had the woman been condemned to painful travail, or the man to exhausting labor, or even the soil to the curse of thorn and thistle, before the Lord had said, quote, you are dust, and to dust you shall return, end quote. He was pleased to say that the seed of the woman should bruise the serpent's head. Let us rejoice then in the swift mercy of God, which in the early watches of the night of sin came with comfortable words unto us. We do not know what our first parents understood by it, but we may be certain that they gathered a great amount of comfort from it. They must have understood that they were not then and there to be destroyed, because the Lord had spoken of a, quote, seed, end quote. They would argue that it must be needful that Eve should live there, They would argue that if it must be needful that Eve should live, if there should be a seed from her, They understood, too, that if that seed was to overcome the serpent and bruise his head, it must predict good for themselves. They could not fail to see that there was some great mysterious benefit to be conferred upon them by the victory which their seed would achieve over the instigator of their ruin. That seed of the woman, that glorious one, for he speaks not of seeds as in many, but of seed as is one. You know how he abhorred the devil and all his devices. There was enmity between Christ and Satan, for he came to destroy the works of the devil and to deliver those who are under bondage to him. For that purpose he was born, for that purpose did he live, for that purpose did he die, for that purpose he has gone into the glory, and for that purpose he will come again, that everywhere may find out his adversary and utterly destroy him and his works from amongst the sons of men. This putting of the enmity between the two seeds was the commencement of the plan of mercy, the first act in the program of grace. Sermon from November 26th, 1876. That's okay. I didn't understand all of it. I was trying to make sense of it. But I'm heart inspired to share these devotionals and to consider them and think about them throughout the day. I hope you have a blessed day. And I'll see you real soon. Bye.